So, last week I made a video discussing Life is Strange 3's first details and news we had gotten. The writers basically talking about everything in my voice that a lot of you guys thought sounded like Sean Diaz. I was sick and everything didn't sound well. But I'm finally back, voice is all good. So we are going to discuss my predictions and thoughts on Life is Strange 3. I know kind of really early to discuss this kind of stuff, but I kind of did this with The Walking Dead. So we're going to discuss a number of categories like characters, timetable, how many episodes, who I think is going to be involved, whether it's going to be a new story or not, just some general consensus things. Leave down below in the comments, what are your predictions and thoughts for Life is Strange 3? What would you like to see? Would you like to see Sean and Daniel back? Would you like to see Max and Chloe? What would you like to see exactly? New characters, new story, any of that kind of stuff? Guys, we broke our like goal last time. We had 500 likes and we had over 2,000. So for this video, if we can go for 1,000 likes, would greatly appreciate that. Please make sure you subscribe to keep up with any details whenever we get on the next Life is Strange game, which I believe will be announced either next year or early 2021. So firstly, we are going to discuss the story for Life is Strange 3 and what I would like to see. So personally, a lot of people have brought up their thoughts that they want to see Max and Chloe, Sean and Daniel back. The problem with Sean and Daniel coming back is that there's multiple endings in Life is Strange 2, and Sean could eventually die in one, so there's no way you're going to have them as the main characters. Max and Chloe, on the other hand, Chloe's determinate, so you really can't have that. Now, in that last video I made, there was basically confirmation that there's a chance that Max and Chloe / Sean and Daniel could make a return in a future Life is Strange game. They'll be minor characters in all likeliness, or maybe have some kind of reference, just as Max and Chloe had in Life is Strange 2 with the photo. So in my opinion, this story, just like the writers had said, is going to be new. What is it going to be, though? I've always had thoughts about what they could do with the next story. Could we see a pair of sisters together, potentially? More kind of family bonds. Personally, in my opinion, I think we're going to have a girl and a boy as the main characters. And I believe, again, one of them will have a superpower and the other character, again, will just be like a minor character. I don't know if they're going to be, again, like Max and Chloe friends. They could be sisters, opposite of Sean and Daniel. I mean, we could even have cousins here, for example. I mean, it's either going to be family, strangers, or relatively friends. I think it could be two strangers that are paired together, maybe, again, boy and girl, partnered on this journey. And the next power, though, we're going to discuss the power up in a bit. That's going to be a very interesting thing we got to discuss. But in my opinion, my prediction is we're going to have a new story with a boy and a girl that are going to be strangers, that are going to meet up and have another type of journey. I don't think it'll be like Sean and Daniel where they're going across the entire United States. It might be more like Life is Strange 1 where they're in a certain area the entire journey, the 5 episodes that they're probably going to have. So another interesting thing is location. Where is Life is Strange 3 going to be set in? We've always had this centralized, near Seattle, Oregon kind of area, California, Pacific Coast kind of thing. I think Life is Strange 3, we may move into a different area of the United States, or maybe even in a different country. It's possible, but I could see an area such as Texas, New York. Chloe and Max did move to New York, so maybe having them, have a group of new characters set in New York, that could be possible. You also have an area like maybe, we could even go to Mexico, different country. Something's very possible that they could do different kind of areas. But if you want to relate this maybe to the first 2 Life is Stranges, maybe it will again be in the Pacific Coast. But in my guess, we may go more western here, Texas. And again, Life is Strange likes to tackle real life issues. So we could see more minorities in Life is Strange 3, which, is possible. I don't know what their plan's going to be exactly, because they've tackled, gender and racial things in the first 2 Life is Strange things. So, very interesting thing, though. Let me know what you guys think of the location. Now, time is an interesting factor. From what I'm discussing, 2 different kinds of time. I'm discussing when the game will be set, what timetable, as well as what time in our world will Life is Strange 3 be releasing. So first, let's discuss the game's timetable. With Life is Strange 2's ending, we've gone from, I think, 15, 20 years in the future. So a lot of interesting things could now come to be from this. Will Life is Strange 3 be like 20 years in the future, 15 years after the events, you know, of what happened with Sean and Daniel at the Mexican border wall. Because again, if Sean goes to prison, that's 15 years. Again, per Lobos, that's about, you know, 5-10 years. So now, really, what do I think this game is going to be set? And if Sean and Daniel are related, maybe we'll see, depending on, you know, what ending we got, maybe like a newspaper reference or something to them, or some kind of like picture. But really, what I think this is going to be, we could see maybe something 5 years in the future, or it could even be before Life is Strange 2. I think, personally, since they've gone 3 years in the future with Life is Strange 2 as the Life is Strange 1, I believe we're going to have a 5 to 10 year time skip on Life is Strange 3. And if we're really going to go bold here, if they want to go really long, I think it's going to be 20 years. So I'd say either 5 to 10 years or 20 years will be the time skip, and we'll begin this new journey with these new characters. Now, as for the timetable of when the game will release, in my opinion, in our world, not going to be next year. Probably not going to be 2021. I would say 2022, early 2022. If we're lucky, and for example, maybe Life is Strange gets a spin-off game early 2020, maybe we could see late 2021. I just think middle 2022, I think that's when we're going to get Life is Strange 3. And I think, again, there's been enough support around Life is Strange where we are going to get it. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on the timetable. When do you think it's going to release in terms of the game, and when do you think it's going to be out in our world? All right, let's move on to our next thing. I do believe, since these worlds are connected, the writers to confirm in that last video I made, we are going to have returning characters / old characters make an appearance. Where that's maybe somebody like Sean and Daniel, Max and Chloe, maybe even, you know, David Madsen again, potentially. You never know. Again, he is non-determinate. He's a big factor in that. I mean, we could have characters such as Finn or Cassidy. Now, again, they're also, where they're going to be is determinant on your choices as well. So I don't know if they're going to make a, you know, callback. We could see Karen Reynolds. I mean, there's interesting characters we could see again, but like I said, there's not a lot of likely ones, because a lot of them are determinant in either being alive or dead or their location. So a lot of interesting things you guys could see with that. Let me know your thoughts on potential returning characters in Life is Strange 3, but I can't really see that many of them, you know, being there. Maybe like 1 or 2 at the most. The next thing I want to discuss is the power. There's obviously going to be a power in Life is Strange 3. It's going to be something new. We've had time travel / freezing time, and we've had basically force power, whatever you want to call it, telekinesis, you know, being able to float things and throw them. That's out of the way. So now, could we see such a thing as invisibility, or flying, or super strength? There's a lot of possibilities on what this next power could be. Personally, in my opinion, what I would like to see maybe could even be mind reading. Mind reading is an interesting thing that I would like to see. Maybe, like I said, laser vision would be a really cool one I'd like to see. And again, invisibility would be a very, very interesting one. There's a lot of possibilities, but let me know your guys' thought. What would you like to see as a power? Because the powers obviously are a huge dynamic to these Life is Strange games, and they make them so much more interesting than usual games. You know, you have all these like real life issues they're tackling, and you have all these characters' surroundings and choices and stuff, and then you have this power that you have to control. In Life is Strange 1, you didn't really have to hide your power. You had more of control over what you were doing and stuff, like freezing time, being able to go back and, you know, look at your decisions. Life is Strange 2 was more of a teaching thing. You weren't the one in control of the power, because you weren't obviously, you know, the main character. Daniel wasn't the main character, but you would have to teach Daniel how to use his powers. So in the third Life is Strange, could the playable character have a superpower that they're in control of, meaning you have more of the leeway with it, or is it going to be, again, like I said, another major, you know, character that has the power that's not the playable one? That's going to be the one we're really going to look at. But let me know your thoughts on the power down below. My final thoughts about Life is Strange 3. Again, if you guys want me to discuss any specific things, like I said, potentials and all that, we'll discuss it in the near future. But what I really want to discuss is what I think is going to be the future of Life is Strange in general. That's what I want to end off this video with. So I believe next year or early 2021, Deck 9, which we know made Life is Strange Before the Storm, will make another kind of prequel Life is Strange game, whether it's related to Sean and Daniel, Lila, Cassidy and Finn, or maybe even someone in Max and Chloe's, journey in that. I think they're gonna make that type of game, or even if it's a game that connects with the next Life is Strange, like more of like a prequel, kind of like a Captain Spirit of sorts. But it's actually like more than one episode. It's like 3. I think that's gonna happen next year, late next year. I think that's when we'll get the Life is Strange, prequel, whatever you want to say, game from Deck 9 or 2021. And then I believe Life is Strange 3, in all likeliness, will drop, as I said earlier, at the end of 2021, early 2022. I think that's going to be the most sense, maybe even middle 2021, depending. And then that's when we'll get everything. But I believe next year, I think middle next year is when we're going to start getting our details on the future of Life is Strange. Right now, they're starting to get the ideas up. Again, there's that Tell Me Why game that is coming out that is being made by Dot Nod Entertainment, as well as I think they're doing Mirror's Edge. So there's a lot they're still going to be doing. But with the popularity of Episode 5 of Life is Strange 2, expect there to be a sequel. Now, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I don't want to go through every single detail. Like I said, maybe I'll do a part 2 of this. But let me know your thoughts on what I said and your predictions for Life is Strange 3 and what you'd like to see. And as always, guys, we love y'all very much. And we'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.